We're moving along in Chapter 10. We're at Algebra II 10.6b, and we're going to find second-degree equations from graphs. We've got 20 previous videos for Chapter 10 that are just a click away with links in the description in case you become lost. Geometric models can be represented algebraically to help us solve some problems. So this is a graph that shows an ellipse, and to solve this, we first locate its center and vertices. So just mark the points where they are. We've got a 1 and a 2 for this one, for this vertex, and we've got a 5 and a 2 for this one. We've got a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 1. So the center is midpoint from the 1, 2 and the 5, 2. So we know it's at 3, 2 right there, okay? 3 for x, 2 for y. The length of the major axis is 4 units, and it's 2a, so we know it's 4. So a is a 2. 2 times something is 4, so it's got to be a 2. And the length of the minor axis, this little short one, is 2b, and that's a 2. So b is a 1. Now, that's our hk values, the 3 and the 2. Now, since the equation for an ellipse is this, all we have to do is substitute the 3 and the 2 for our h and k values. See? And we put the 3 here and the 2 there. We know a is a 4 because it's 2 squared, and b is a 1, and we have the equation for our graphed ellipse. So this equation right here is for that graphed ellipse, okay? Let's try it with a circle. So here we have this graphed circle, and the center, hk, is a -3 and a -2 right there. We find a point on the circle. So anywhere that the grid crosses, so I chose 1 and -1 right there. I'm going to use the distance formula. We've got our x sub 2 and x sub 1 values and y sub 2 and y sub 1 values from the distance formula, and we put them in, and we solve this, and we end up with the square root of 17. Substituting it into the equation, this is for a circle with center at hk, we get 3 for our h, 2 for our k, and it equals 17. See? There's our 3 and our 2. Okay? Let's try it for a hyperbola. So here we have a hyperbola. Let me show you the graph real quick. Can you see? We've got our asymptotes here. We've got our vertex points. We've got our foci on each side. Okay? So the vertices are 5 and 1 and -3 and 1 right here on the inside, right here on each side of this center. And that center, the hk, is 1, 1. And the foci are a 6 and 1 and a -4 and 1. And this graph has been translated 1 unit to the right and 1 unit up from the origin, okay? So here's the origin. It went 1 unit to the right and 1 unit up for the center, okay? So the c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Our a is a 4, okay? There's 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, from the vertex to the center. That's going to give us 5 squared equals 4 squared plus b squared, okay? Because of our spot 5 right there, 5 on the x. We can add a -16 to each side and get that 9 is equal to b squared. So when we write our equation and put in our h and k values, which are a 1 and a 1, and our a squared and b squared values, we get 16 and a 9, and that's our equation for that hyperbola. See? Let me step back a little bit. We found our equation. Let's try it for a parabola. So here we've got this parabola. We can see the vertex is at x2, y2, and our center right here, the focus, is at 2, 0, okay? So since the focus is h and then k plus p, that's where the hk is the vertex, p is equal to -2. We went down 2, didn't we, to get to this focus? So we went -2 to get to the focus. So P is a -2. And substituting it into the equation, here's our equation for the parabola. We put in our values. We've got a -2 for P, so that's going to go there, see? Our HK values are a 2 and a 2, so we get the square of x minus 2 equals -8, and we multiply that together, times y minus 2, okay? If you're really confused, you need to go back and watch the previous videos because we've been slowly talking about all this. Next video is 10.6c, and we're going to solve second-degree systems graphically. I'm going to add this video to the Algebra II playlist, and there's going to be links to those previous 20 videos in this description, so you can just click on them, and hopefully, from the titles that I wrote, you'll be able to figure out which one you need to watch, okay? They're all there to help you. All right? I'll see you next video. Have a great day. Bye.